This lady. This lady.
My name is Ruth Young. I live in Horseheads, Chemung County. I've titled this, The Chemung County Dump. You know, calling it a landfill is like putting lipstick on a pig. It's a dump. We put everything in there, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I do not recall the exact date I was here before to address the problem of the dump. I do recall being here, and I do recall the statement that was made by some official of this governmental group indicating that the footprint of this dump would not be increased again. Considering the amount of material coming into this dump from Pennsylvania per unit time, anyone who was not totally asleep at the switch had to know that that was a bloomin' illusion. Broken rock and shale chips from the Marcellus layer, which is characteristically identified by its radioactive nature, arrive daily by the ton. This county has become the dumping ground for surrounding counties and even surrounding states. Aren't we proud? Salts of radium, thorium, and uranium are part of these rocks. Most of these salts are extremely water soluble, and the plastic linings, oh yes, even the modern ones, in the landfill tend to decompose rapidly in the presence of radioactive alpha, beta, and gamma ray. I have enough chemistry in my background to have taught it for 30 years, so trust me, that's a fact. Radon gas is chemically inert, but is unstable in its nuclear properties. Radon is one of the breakdown products of these radioactive salts. Most of the basements in Chemung County already have radon in them because radon leaks up through the porous rocks and the concrete floors of older homes. I've had to have my basement floor sealed because we did a radon test and we were told when we moved in there 8 years ago that we'd glow in the dark if we didn't get it done. And I think they were probably right from the radon test. Now we've added insult to injury. More radon gas is being pumped into our kitchens with the methane sucked out of the Marcellus layer and the rest that leaks into the atmosphere from our dump. The radon, when inhaled, bounces around in the alveoli of our lungs, undergoing further radioactive decomposition and creating tissue damage known as cancer in the process. Even if we were smart enough to have single-payer universal health care, prevention of damage is still the cheapest way to go, regardless of political party. Anybody want to argue with that? Prevention is the cheapest thing to do. We need to learn what some more enlightened countries are doing. They are decreasing the need for so-called landfills through total separation of all discarded materials. They recycle all materials, including organic debris. Now just think about it. Aluminum cans, when you melt them down, it takes less kilocalories per mole than when you dig aluminum oxide out of the ground and try to reduce the aluminum out of the aluminum oxide. It's a lot cheaper. This is economics, friends. Economics 101. Separate and recycle. Makes sense. Other countries are decreasing the need for landfills through total separation of all discarded materials. They recycle these materials, including the organic debris. The organic debris goes into oxygen-free anaerobic digesters that produce methane gas for the production of plastics, pharmaceuticals, and other hydrocarbon derivatives that we haven't learned how to substitute for yet. This process is done in conjunction with sewage treatment plants, and the methane used is produced without tearing up planet Earth. The leftover material is dried with solar energy and used as soil conditioner.
You have 1 minute.
No toxic industrial waste is included. Countries such as Denmark, Germany, and Finland are way ahead of us on this. You know, we could do better. I'd like to end with a couple of worthwhile quotes. Surely by now there can be few here who still believe the purpose of our government is to protect us from the destructive activities of corporations. At least most of us must understand that the opposite is true, that the primary purpose of our government seems to be to protect those who run the economy from the outrage of injured citizens. That's taken from Derek Jensen in his book, The Endgame, The Problem of Civilization. And another one, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And that's from Martin Luther King. Thank you.